Hello everyone, welcome back to volume 16. Whatever cult, whatever thingy, and whatever art. You crash land on Alternia 16 long episodes ago, and sometimes you feel like you've been here forever. You had many adventures and met many Alternians, none of whom have become your friends. But now, for some reason, you have a punch that you are near end of your Alternia travels. As a matter of fact, we are almost there. It's not the penultima, it's the pre-penultima? For one thing, you seem to be coming to the edge of the populated region you've been walking through all the time you've been here. For another, the intense craving that has animated you throughout your journey feels like it might be waning. It's not quite gone, but like a dinner would stuff himself to busting, but is still seeking that last sweet morsel that will make his meal complete. You're still on the prowl for the very sweet morsel of friendship. Juicy friendship. Oh, he's the guy, Marvel's Clot. We cosplay like him, if I'm not wrong. The night has turned foggy, and you can't see far in any direction, but seem to be surrounded on every side by bare ground, humped and peat, almost like weird abstract sculpture, and covered with greenish mush. Mush. Based on the experience you had with Alternia flora, you imagine the moss is probably poisoned, acidic, explosive, or something of that nature. Oh, nice. There's a sign. Suddenly a shadow looms up on the darkness, making you jump, but it's only a leaning signpost. You move closer, you can see that the sign says, "Welcome to Happy Absence, repeat back." I love it. It's like, it's so welcoming description as a happy absence. I was like, oh, lovely. What a lovely place. Before you can figure out what that might be, you hear a voice muttering to itself in a fog, and a sound like a dirt being shoveled. Shovel, toil and trouble. Blow blows of the word unite. Is that... Okay, you move cautiously towards the voice until the figure of a troll emerges from the fog. He seems to be digging the hard, bare ground. There is a tide interference of troll which, taken at the floor, leads on to workers' paradise. I don't know, I'm assuming he sings in it. You clear your throat and the troll turns swiftly. Who's there? Who's there, I say? You announce soothingly that you are just a poor wayfaring stranger. Not a ghost of any sense like that? You confirm that you are not a ghost. Good, because I don't believe in them, and I'm a dialectical materialist. Well, if you are not a ghost, who are you? You say that you are a humble alien who recently, well, not so recently, landed well-crashed on Alternia, and who's been looking ever since for... And here you brutally trail off into a mumble. The troll nose and comes so close to study you, his breath is not of the freshest. An alien? Well, you are the color of cheese. What is the color of cheese in this fucking planet? But it could be makeup. You could be a hieroglyph in disguise, come to watch poor little Father Valius pursuing his humble profession of a pit tuber for some unknown reason of your own. Can I show you, Father? You are not that interesting. I mean, do you find it interesting seeing someone digging a hole? Father rubs at the exposed skin of your arm to see if the makeup will come off. It doesn't, but it's still suspicious. A real alien will know what other space is like. Describe outer space to me. How do you describe outer space? The sky attached shapes on fire off the shoulder of O'Brien, watching sea beams glitter in the dark near the Tannhauster gate. You express the belief that all those moments will be the lost in time like tears in rain. I don't know what's different. Oh yeah, sorry, Orion. Is this Star Trek reference? Is this? It sounds like Orion. It sounds like Star Trek. This authentic depiction seems to satisfy Foster. He nods his head and seems to think. He doesn't appear to be a fast thinker. Finally seems to have an idea. Do the cheese entities where you come from have a strong consciousness of class struggle? You have no idea what he's talking about, but you were always good at guessing the right answer or multiple choice test. You assure him that the people where you come from have such a strong consciousness of class struggle, they use it to jack up their cars when they get flat tires. A wee smile overspread Fauser's face and he pumps his fist in the air. Of course. Pleased to meet you, comrade alien, all the power of the workers. I imagine that finding me performing the honest labor of the working class makes you feel right at home. You show me that it does. I suppose that you wish you could share in the simple proletarian joys and sorrows of the Alternian oppressed classes. You are not sure that the proletarian means, but sharing joy and sorrows sounds like a hopeful prelude to friendship. So you can say you were just thinking that you all like to share that kind of joys and sorrows. Easily done, comrade. Here, take this soil permutation lens and you can enter into solidarity with Alternian working class right now. No, don't take me. Freedom, brotherhood, and equality is my motto. Condone your perturbation right here, if you please. He points to you. He points to where he was shoveling, and you put being shoveling there too. Oh, that's great. The moss that covers the ground is tough and leather, and the Alternian soil is rocky, hard and unforgiving. No surprises there. And before long, you're sweating profusely, but no exertion is too great for the pursuit of friendship. Forces watch your labor with brotherly satisfaction. Class solidarity is a wonderful thing, isn't it? From each according to his ability, to each according to his need. He looks like a walking cheese. Thank you. You look like a walking cheese. But your muscular development is impressive. Thank you. I wish you said that first. So, just to pass the time while you labor in solidarity, what do you think of our planet? What has been your impression of it, your visit from outer space? You suppose it's not the worst that a lot of places with some good point and some bad, but find the worst place you ever seen or heard of. Look, to be honest, it's the only other planet I heard of that I have so much information, detail about the situation. It's fucking a shithole, but I guess I would like to not say that. So I suppose it has good points and bad points. For politeness, I'm gonna say it. As guess it's only polite to say nice things about a host's home planet. Besides, meeting Fodder has stuck up your desire for a sweet friendship morsel. A little praise and flattery often goes a long way to make people like you. So with a little bread you have to spare from digging, you tell Fodder that you found Alternia most interesting. The fierce rush of life her induced solitary wakefulness and boredom is visually unknown. Also, the social structure arising from the home spectrum of the multi-dimensional relationship matrix is very unusual, producing a fascinating array of possible interaction among people. Why were you saying so many complex words? You're looking forward to the day when you can tell your grandchildren about it. Alfonso doesn't look as pleased as you hoped. So you find Alternia agrees with you? Yes, very much, you bet. You find it interesting and fascinating. How you didn't like it? Definitely. To you, the spectacle of those who happens to have been born with certain blood color exploding, and oppressing those who have not in just a picturesque detail, but you wouldn't go so far as to. You find nothing objectionable in a society where the strong kill the weak and at will based on nothing more than the color of a bodily fluid, whereas the upper classes sees the lower as little more than an inanimate object whose only purpose is to serve them. Where the whole corrupt society is structured solely to breed cannon of fodder for a psychic apprentice mad plan to conquer the entire galaxy, more peoples to oppress? That certainly wasn't what you... While the streets run with rust, orange and gold blood, you stand unconcernedly remark for how interesting and fascinating Alternia is. While the fish people and the blushy lucky strike the pep from the mouths of low blood, wrigglers, you smile pleasantly remark how unusual Alternia is. Certainly not, but one cannot judge other culture by one's own. You can dodge your classroom responsibility that way you cur, so-called intellectuals try to hide your foreign incivility to the bosses by pretending to view society objectively without moral judgments, when all the time you are simply crypto-imperialist lapdogs. But you come here... sorry. But you come to the happy absent pig park pretending solidarity with the oppressed. Psh! I see now that you are nothing but a cat's paw of the oppressor class. Nothing but the cheese-collared Judas, aristocratic sent as a spy, traitor, bootlicker, sycophant, murderer, monopolist, profiter, slave trader, cannibal, parasite, technocrat, gangster, ectoplasm. What's wrong with ectoplasm? No, you try to object, but Fodder sees the shovel from you and turns away. Turncoat, narc, double-crosser, weasel, hijacker, vulture, visigoth, brutalizer? Oh, wow. The breathalyzer actually hurt. You watch his back recede into the fog, your heart sinking with the wreck of your hopes and dreams for friendship. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a game over ending. Holy fucking shit. We try to be polite, okay? Anyway, I was trying to be polite. I think because I had some people actually. It annoys me a lot when people just like know everything about a place they've never been to, or at least been there once. It's so fucking annoying. I had some people say, "Oh, they visited my hometown, right?" And they say it's the worst place I ever went to. I was like, how can be the worst place you ever went? I mean, I've been to places, and I'll show you that is not bad. I went to fucking shitholes, and you tell me that is bad, the worst place you've been? Fucking cunts! The feeling comes over you suddenly that nothing can be more important than the truth. That is the foundation of all real friendship. Truth sets you free. Honesty is the best policy. So, let's be honest. If I actually have that conversation, I would probably say, "Oh, this is quite a shithole." This place, this planet, is fucking a fucking shithole. So you take a deep breath and say that you hope you won't give offense, but that in your opinion, Alternia is the nastiest, ugliest, cruelest, most inhospitable, and most unfair place you've ever seen or heard in a long life of travel and study. If the plants are bloodthirsty, if the soil is hard to mean, you've met so many no friends here, but you heard it also possible to make friends with lions, bears, killer whales, and other wild and dangerous creatures. Oh, that's so fantastic, killer whales. Yeah. Fed often here on Alternia, you felt that you've been locked in a cage with a bunch of such wild, dangerous creatures. As you have talked, you've been watching Father actually for signs of anger. You're surprised to see that instead he seemed to be loving it. What about our political system? It's fucking trash! You already put your foot in it. So I had to put the other one in too. Expect a period that a violent and rigid, stratified insectile social structure created solely to generate soldiers for a mad project to conquer the entire galaxy might raise an eyebrows in some quarters. You admire natural selection. You admire natural selection survival of the fittest as much as the next person, but this is overkill on a titanic scale. As you've been speaking, Father's mind has grown wider and wider, and as he's shown other sign of approval, such as jumping up and down and wheeling around, he pumps his fist in there. Woohoo! Perfect socialism! Yeah! Survival of the fittest. Transcendent degree. Okay, it's good to talk with someone who hasn't been hypnotized from Wigglehood with a counter-revolutionary purpose, someone who sees condition of Alternia for what they really are, who sees the evil of the High Bloods. Someone who will march in the vanguard of the worker revolution to face unflinkingly the onslaught of the aristocracy, perhaps, nay, probably, to die in a hail of bullets but never turn their back on the people. Let me embrace you, Comrade Island. How long you survived? I'm actually very surprised you're still alive, my friend. He does so. He only smells like mossy soil and poor ooze, but it does not dampen your spirits. Well, a better preamble for making a suggestion of friendship. Agreeing with people about politics never fails to bring friendship closer. But before you can bring it up, Foster again, having first kissed you on your both cheeks, is a very Italian thing to do, by the way. Mwah, mwah. Continues. But when mustn't allow our celebration of the People's Revolution to interfere with the opponent's labor that ennobles us, I'm holding you back from your ticket to Workers' Paradise. Please proceed with your soiled preoccupation. All power to the people, death to arbitrary hemospectral discrimination. Forward, comrade. He waves his hand with a flourish, and you start digging again. You wonder if it will be just as revolutionary if you treaded places so far that could do the thing you could do speechifying? But you don't wish to disturb the perfect harmony that existing between the two of you. Instead, you use your little available prayer to inquire what all this soil preoccupation is in aid of. Why, a coal pit, of course! Didn't you see the sign? This is the Happy Absent Pit Park, false and fun. What the fuck? Well, yes, proprietor. Oh, it's a coal pit. And you are the proprietor? Alternia's reactionary tradition is just to put thick coal pits anywhere without a second thought. But our revolutionary future demands that we have more respect for the dead, so I created this wonderful innovation, the Pit Park. So what's the difference? So what is different? Is a graveyard, right? It's just a grave that we park at the beginning. Graveyard park. There's a clown concert being held now far from here, so anticipate a brisk demand shortly. Best to be ready for these things. With a lot of dead clowns laying around and rotting on the propriety is unpleasant, not to mention unsanitary. Okay, very nice of you, Father. Get them underground proto is our motto here at the Happy Absent Pit Park. You are wondering privately whether a little class solidarity couldn't be extended to Purple Bloods. Remember your dear friend Cargo Pierrot? When Father seems to give a jump. No, that is not Ghost. Okay, no, that is not Ghost. What do you mean by that? Great early for an excuse to stop digging, you turn to look at the director Father is staring, leaning on your soul perturbation lens. You don't see anything but fog. You ask what is not Ghost. Nothing is I'm a dialectical materialist, and if any ghosts come around the Happy Absent People, they should be aware that I won't believe in them, so they might as well go somewhere else. You're convinced that you don't see anything but foggy darkness behind the pit at the ground, where you gas files could out any exoskeletons are buried into coal pits. Oh, schizophrenia? You don't see any ghosts because there's no such thing, but the past few nights I thought I saw beams of light shining up out of the ground. Metaphorically, of course, some of the exoskeletons in the coal pit had gotten a hold of some flashlights and were shining them up through chinks of the soil. Looks, there it is again. Holy fucking shit, I saw that shit. This time you see it, a column of light that flashed up through the fog, and it's gone, seeming to come from a crack in the ground, which is briefly illuminated in blinding white. Fascinated, you move towards the crack, which is now dark and invisible again. What are you doing? You look at Foz in surprise, he seems terrified. You ask tactfully whether he doesn't think you ought to see what it is. For example, it could be some infrastructure malfunction that could blow the Happy Absent Pit Park and all its inhabitants living and dead sky high. You are not even sure they have infrastructure in Alternia, but one cannot be too careful. Well, maybe you're right. They are fearless. Is that? I don't know. When I see ... it seems like a fucking, how do you call it, Morse code. Yeah, dash dot. Maybe you're right. We are fearless revolutionary cadres after all. You can hear his teeth chattering. You move toward where you think the flash came from. Father close behind you, peering over your shoulder. You can't help wondering where he'll be when the vanguard of his revolution is braving hails of bullets. You very much hope that his revolution of his, if it ever comes, won't happen while you're around. Oh, jeez. Well. Just as zero lights flash instantly up from the ground, making columns through the fog. Potter jumps and howls behind you. Non-existent. You tell him there is undoubtedly a logical explanation, though you have to admit that you had a weird feeling just now when the lights appeared, like a momentary dizziness or feeling of discontinuity. But you are more curious than ever now, murmuring comforting things to Father. You start digging right around here, the lights just so came from. Then it's weird because you break through some kind of thin crust. As if the soil in that particular place is just a few inches thick over the brittle surface, the shovel goes right through like old pottery. You wonder whether you have inadvertently dug into an old coal pit, but what will a bright light be doing coming out of an old coal pit? And in some weird way, it doesn't feel like a coal pit, it feels like something metaphysical, like a reality itself is particularly thin right in that spot, and you broken through the very fabric of it with your soul perturbation lens. It's kinda interesting that we can see light coming out of dirt. You dig around the edges of the hole, enlarging until it's about 2 foot wide. The darkness within makes the darkness of Alternian nice and bright by comparison. It's so dark that the soil falling into it and the part of your soil perturbation lens poking into it seem to vanish completely, as if on the other side of that hole the reality itself gives out. You think it's the beam? You and the Father stare curiously down the hole. Suddenly, blinding but strangely blank light bursts up to the hole to your face. At the same time, there's a deafening sound which seemed like to vibrate to the very framework of reality, like a gigantic needles scratching a gigantic record. Gerlich? What? What happened, guys? You're standing in the foggy night holding a soil rotation lens that has been handed to you by Father. He points to where just been digging and you begin digging in the same place. The mouse that covers the ground is stuffed leather and the Alternia soil is rocky. And how not forgiving? Oh, we went back. But you feel strange, like you were just standing somewhere else, doing something else, seeing something else. The after image of blinding light and deafening sound seem to linger in your eyes, ears, but around you is nothing but dark fog and bare ground humped and pitted. You must have had a dizzy spell. You shake it off and begin perturbing the soil. Your excitation is too great for the pursuit of friendship after all Father watches you with satisfaction. Hannesburg is a wonderful thing. All hail the old regime, eh? You look like a walking cheese, but you must go to the mountain. Yeah, it's the same identical thing. What do you think of your planet? What has been impression of it on your visit? So, I guess we had like a... It's giving the same option. Do I need to change my choices? Yeah, it's the same one. Yeah, he's actually... Now that you have anticipated that blunt honesty like this would give offense, that instead of done so, the finisher remarks was his frowning darkly. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm very confused, guys. I think that a lot of 4 walls had been broken. I had the feeling I was supposed to choose the other one. No, you know enough about society or billion years evolution, or our painstaking rise from mud-dwelling sectile ancestor to political and sociological theories of our statesmen, philosophers, and scientists make the Well, no doubt you done study establishing what would have happened if the heaven spectrum groups were placed in different relation to one another. If, for example, Rust bloods were the highest group of and Fuska bloods at the lowest. Well, no, but I suppose your plan is so similar to Alternia that you have the firm base in which to apply your preconception to us. Not at all, but I'm sure you are similar enough biologically and physiologically to roles that you know how to feel about our own society. I thought not, I guess, from the very first that you were nothing but a dilettante folk socialist pseudo-intellectual spouting your ivory tower theories without the least idea what you were talking about. Oh yeah, god damn it. I think I should have realized when he said Viva the old regime, I feel. Well, Smarty Pants I suggest you take your cheese-like purse and your theories home to your own planet. Won't be long before her most high imperial condescension conquers your arm of the galaxy, so that we Alternians can return the favor by standing judgment over your society and politics. In the meantime, I bid you good Siderium. Goodbye. With the thoughts of Elslazy soil permutation lines as well as your hopes, dreams, thought. Same ending? Game over. Okay, it's different actually. Okay, it's very messy. It's very messy, guys. Good. Hello, guys. I guess we fudged the reality thingy. I don't know. Hard to tell. You suppose it's not the worst, blah blah blah. The only main problem is that I think they're doing the thing, you know. Well, at the end of all the volumes, all the compilation of volumes, they're doing a weird thing. They always do a weird thing. I guess it's only polite to say nice things about your host home planet besides meeting. With a little breath, we're gonna board on his fish. The little breath of you have to spare to dinging, you will force of understanding, most interesting fears, boredom is visually unknown. Also, the social size arising from the hemispectrum of the multidimensional relationship matrix is very unusual, producing fascinating real possible interaction among people. You're looking forward to the day when you have to tell your grandchildren about it. You speak in satisfied smile or spread false face. Glad you recognize the mobility of our ancient society with its orderly hierarchy and naturally evolved degrees of privilege reflecting naturally evolved degrees of ability. You're pleased that your words have met with approval, but you are still a little troubled. You have an old deja vu sensation that this whole exchange could have gone quite differently. We even did goes quite differently sometime in the past on its own parallel universe. You inquire timidly whether the total domination of the lower bloods by the higher Alternia doesn't sometimes feel like oppression. Never! I myself, I am only a Rust blood, so I lack the privilege of the higher bloods, but the most important thing for society is that everyone should be in their appointed place and do the things they're suited for. If all the passengers in a rowboat keep their seats and row in the same direction, the boat will quickly reach its destination. But if the passengers all jump up and start running around grabbing the other's oars, the boat will capsize and all will be lost. Your remarkable calculator Alternia isn't a rowboat rowing towards the destination. You're wrong! A plane is very much like a rowboat advancing through the black water of space, and as far as our destination, all of us are in Alternia aiming at but a single goal. Every hour or every day, to serve her most high imperial condescension in conquering her glorious galaxy-wide empire. Long live the Empress. Well, I suppose the sense of being part of something larger than yourself makes up for a lot. It does. a naturally evolved system are almost always more robust than artificially designed ones. They are! It is true that Alternia's social structure does bring some semblance of order to a collection of 12 disparate troll subtypes. It is! Forza beams at you fondly. There's nothing that warms the heart like someone who thinks you are right about everything. Thank you. That's a very nice feeling. it's not bad as a feeling. It's a wonder to find someone, even someone who looks like a piece of cheese. Okay. Who is so intelligent and understands society and politics so perfectly. Finding that true friend. Okay, that was weird. I think I kind of like this chapter also because it kind of makes you explore both point of view, I guess. Like, there's not really a victory on it, I guess. Weird victory, I call it. Shovel victory. Let's call it shovel victory. I don't know. The first bit was weird. I was like, what the fuck happened? Did he travel to another parallel universe? What's going on? God damn it. I don't have the brain power now. Especially now. And gonna end the episode right now, right here. I'm getting a headache, actually. What the hell? Goodbye.